All right. We are now being live streamed as well, and this will be captured on our school's YouTube page. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Hutchinson Go Team meeting, where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I am pleased to call this meeting to order of the Hutchinson Go Team. I will act in the capacity of Go Team Chair for this meeting. Our order of business is to call roll. And the appointed secretary for today is Ms. Lundy. So we will call roll. And this will serve, she will be serving as interim secretary for this meeting.
Okay, present, I have parent A. Cousins, instructional staff Courtney Manning, instructional staff Bria Lundy, instructional staff Ms. Atkinson, community member Zakiya Lescott, Go Team Office Diane Jacoby, principal Melissa Stjoy.
Okay. The team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Ms. Lundy, is there a quorum present? And
Yes.
Okay, yep. Making sure I'm following my script. Our first order of business is to approve the agenda. The agenda was provided to you, and I will post it here as well. Just let me share my screen. And
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Making sure I'm following my script. Our first order of business is to approve the agenda. The agenda was provided to you, and I will post it here as well. Just let me share my screen. And okay, yep. Making sure I'm following my script. Our first order. Are you guys getting the feedback? Hold on one second. Our first order of business is to approve the agenda. The agenda was provided to you, and I will post it here as well. Just let me share my screen. And okay, yep. Making sure I'm following my script. Our first order. Are you guys getting the feedback? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to pause it.
What you need to do with YouTube is just mute the YouTube, whatever page has YouTube open, just mute it there.
Got it.
And
I did it. Fine. Thank you for that, Mr. Jacoby. All right. So here's our agenda that was emailed as well. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda for today, September 1st, 2022.
Can I have a second?
I second the motion.
And Ms. Lescott also seconded as well. Are there any amendments to the agenda? All in favor, say A or raise your hand so the secretary can record your vote. All opposed, excuse me. All in favor, please say A or raise your hand so the secretary can recall your vote.
A. A.
All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Okay. We had one nay. The motion carries. We will now move to fill the vacancy seats in the open community member seat. Before this process, I'd like to remind the Go team of the following. So these are our action items. So as we move through this nomination process, nominations do not need to be seconded. A member may nominate themselves. A member may nominate more than one person. Members may not serve more than 2 consecutive terms. Nominees do not have to leave the room during the nomination period. If there's more than one nominee per elected office, each nominee will have the opportunity to share why they should be elected to the seat. The newly elected officers will assume the position starting at the conclusion of this meeting. And I apologize, Mr. Cousins, did you have any questions? If you do, you can put them in the chat at any time. All right. We will now begin filling the vacant seats. These seats will have to be vacated prior to the end of the term. I have the following nominations for the Go team vacant seats. So I have a nomination. And Mr. Jacoby, if I'm reading this script wrong, just please let me know, because it kind of reads a little weird here. I'm good. Okay.
You're all good. Sorry, I'm a
Okay.
lefty and I'm trying to put up my left hand.
Gotcha. Okay, not a problem. So as we go through these nominations, again, we are taking nominations for Go Team Chair, Vice Chair, Secretary, and our cluster representative.
You also have to fill your vacant seats first.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So our seats that are vacant are here present in the roll call. We have one parent seat. We have one staff, and that nominee is present. We have one community member that's trying to get in via phone, but the codes are not working because she's texting me as well. Can we still nominate that person if they're not physically on? Okay. So we will now.
Can she join by the link? Can she just hit the link and join?
I think she's having difficulties. I will try to drop the whole thing in her phone to be sure. She definitely had intentions of joining. She's been messaging me since earlier this week. So hopefully that works. I would like to first nominate Miss Akithia Atkinson to fill the vacant staff member position. This person serves on our staff as our special ed lead teacher. So she works with our special ed population. She also supports our school in some of the SST process when we are working to deem if a student is best served through SST and the tiers of instruction we have, or if they would benefit from special ed services. She continually works with our special ed teachers to ensure that our students are making growth and moving forward. We were really excited last year on our data that some of our special ed children did demonstrate proficiency, and that was a direct reflection of the support that Miss Atkinson has provided. And that's why I would like to nominate her for the position. Does anyone have any comments or discussions about the nominee? Okay, thank you. We will now proceed to vote on the nomination of Ms. Akethia Atkins for the position of a staff member on our Go team. All in favor, please say A or raise your hand. Okay. Were you able to record that, Ms. Lundy?
Yes.
All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Can you please read the vote, Ms. Lundy?
All in favor. The following voted all in favor of Ms. Atkinson filling the vacant staff seat.
Okay.
Principal, Stjoy. Staff, Ms. Lundy, Ms. Manning, community member, Ms. Lescott, and parent, Mr. Cousins.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. We will now move to fill the open community member seat. This person will serve on the Go team for 2 full years. This person will serve on the Go team for 2 full years. And I would like to nominate a person that's having a little trouble getting in, Ms. Brenda Williams. Ms. Brenda Williams has worked with Hosea Feed the Hungry, and she has done some community work. She was actually introduced to us from our previous Go team chair, Mr. Hopkins, last year. In that connection, she met with our school's entire care team. She continues to be in touch with our parent liaison, with our counselor, Dr. Rao, as well as Ms. Freeman, our school social worker. She was able to support us last school year in providing wraparound services that were not able to get wraparound support through the district. She also donated about 90 cases of food to families in need prior to spring break. She's having some challenges getting on right now, but as a contractor, she has continued to connect us and our school with Oak Hill, which is the rec center right above us, and just resources within the community, because Hosea Feed the Hungry has recently brought property in the South Atlanta cluster, and we're the first school that she was able to connect with, and that is a tribute to our previous chair, Mr. Hopkins. So definitely thank him for that. So that was the person that I wanted to nominate to fill that community member seat. Does anyone have any comments or discussion about the nominee? We will now proceed to vote on the nomination of Brenda Williams for the community member seat. All in favor, say A or raise your hand. All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? Ms. Lundy, can you read the vote back?
Yes, members approving the motion to nominate Ms. Brenda Williams to fill vacant community seat. Courtney Manning, Mr. Cousins, Ms. Lescott, Ms. Lundy, Ms. St. Joy, and Ms. Atkinson.
Okay.
We did have someone to join.
Yes, I did see that. Okay. Okay, that, all the vacancies with the exception of the parent seat has been filled. I am connecting with our parent liaison to see if there are any parents. We recently had a Title I meeting and some parents came to that. So we are reaching out to them to see if they would like to participate as members of the Go team. But we will update all of our positions with the Go team office. We will review and approve the previous minutes from our last meeting, which was held on May the 12th, I believe. The minutes have been provided to you. Everyone should have actually received an email from Ms. Oliver, our previous Go Team secretary. I can also show the minutes here from our very last meeting so that everyone's aware of them. All right. So these are the minutes from our last meeting that was held. These were the members that were present. And I will leave them up for everyone to peruse them. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If there are no further corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes?
I, Bria Lundy, motion to approve the minutes for May 12, 2022.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor, please say A or raise your hand of the approval of last meeting's minutes. All opposed, say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? Please read out the vote, Ms. Lundy.
The minutes were, the approving members were Ms. Manning, Ms. Stjoy, Ms. Lundy, Ms. Lescott, and Ms. Atkinson.
All right. We will now move on to the electing of Go Team officers. And let me close out these minutes. It's very difficult when you only have one screen is what I'm learning today. I'm used to having two screens. All right. Okay. We will now move on to our Go Team electing officers. Before we begin the nominations, I'd like to remind the Go Team of the following. Nominations, and I read this earlier, but I'll read it again. Nominations do not have to be seconded. A member may nominate themselves. A member may nominate more than one person for any position. A member may decline a nomination during the nominating process. Members may not serve more than 2 consecutive years. Nominees do not have to leave the room during the nomination period. If there is more than one nominee per elected office, each nominee will be offered the opportunity to share why they should be elected. The newly elected officers will assume their positions starting at the conclusion of the meeting and serve for one consecutive year or until a new officer is elected. All voting members only have one vote per seat. First, we will select the Go Team's chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the chair include, but are not limited to, leading the Go Team meetings, working with the principal and the Go Team to develop the meeting agendas, ensuring every Go Team member has an opportunity to be heard, monitoring team compliance. I will now open the floor to receive chair nominations. I nominate Ms. Lescott to be Go Team Chair. Okay. Would any of the nominees like to decline the nomination? If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have one person being considered for the chair seat. The nomination for chair is Ms. Zakia Lescott. At this time, I will offer each chair nominee an opportunity to explain why they are the best candidate for the position. Other Go Team members may ask the nominee questions before voting. And Ms. Lescott, I know you can't unmute. You can either type in the chat if you're able, or I can share in what capacity, if that's allowable, Ms. Jacoby, that Ms. Lescott supported the Go Team last year.
Miss Lescott's been typing things in the chat, so if she wishes to decline the nomination, I'm assuming that she can decline it in the chat. Otherwise, we will.
Got it.
We
I'm
will-
not getting anybody's chat. I'm not getting them.
Okay. I can see the chat. Ms. Lescott, if you wish to decline the nomination, please put it in the chat. Otherwise, we will assume that you will step up as chair. So thank you very much.
Double check my chat. And I don't have anything in my chat past your last message, Ms. Jacoby. So I apologize for not seeing that. Okay. So Ms. Lescott has declined the nomination.
No, she has not.
Oh, okay, okay. Are we allowed to go on and vote, Ms. Jacoby?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Please raise your hand to vote for your choice of our Go Team, for chair of our Go Team. All in favor of Ms. Lescott, please raise your hand at this time or say A. If there are now any abstentions, please raise your hand. Okay. Congratulations, Ms. Lescott. You will serve as the Go Team chair this school year. Now we will elect the Go Team's vice chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the vice chair include, but are not limited to, ensuring the Go team follows parliamentary procedures, working with the principal and the chair to develop the meeting agendas, acting as chair if the chair is not present. I will now open the floor to receive vice chair nominations.
I, Courtney Manning, nominate myself to serve as vice chair for the Go team.
Okay. Would any of the nominees like to decline the nomination? Okay. If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have one nominee, one person being considered for the vice chair seat. The nomination for vice chair is Courtney Manning. At this time, I will offer the vice chair nominee an opportunity to explain why they are the best candidate for the position.
Well, I consider myself to be one of the teacher leaders here in the building. I have served as an educator for 13 years. I've always been eager to form partnerships between communities, parents, and myself as an educator, and just find ways to connect that bridge. So as vice chair, I think it would only increase my rigor, increase my opportunity and to serve as that bridge connector between the community, our students, and the school. And I'm just looking forward to learning more ways to do that.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for the nominee? If there are no questions, please raise your hand to vote for your choice for vice chair of our Go team. Ms. Courtney Manning, if you are in favor, please raise your hand. Any abstentions? Please raise your hand. Congratulations, Ms. Manning. You will serve as the Go team vice chair for this school year. Now we will elect the Go team secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the secretary include, but are not limited to, posting Go team documents, agendas, summaries, and minutes to the website at our school, taking minutes at the Go team meetings, ensuring the Go team is in compliance with the Georgia open meeting laws. I will now open the floor to receive secretary nominations. I nominate Ms. Bria Lundy to be our Go team secretary. And I have some things and Ms. Atkinson also nominated Ms. Lundy. If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation. Oh, excuse me, I apologize. I skipped something. No, I didn't. We have one person being considered for the secretary seat. The nomination for secretary is Bria Lundy. At this time, I will offer the secretary nominee an opportunity to explain why they are the best candidate for the position.
I represent Hutchinson proudly. I am a fourth grade teacher here at Hutchinson, and I look forward to working in unity with all of the other Go team members, and I promise to learn the language so much better within our next 2 meetings.
It takes a minute. All right. Please raise your hand to vote for your choice for secretary of our Go team. So if you vote for Miss Bria Lundy, please raise your hand. Any abstentions? Okay. Congratulations, Miss Lundy. You will serve as our Go Team Secretary for this school year. Now we will elect our Go Team's cluster representative. The cluster representative may also hold another office, chair, vice chair, or secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the cluster representative include, but are not limited to, attending all clustery advisor meetings. There are approximately 3 during the school year. Reporting back to the Go Team any learnings that they find at the meeting. I will now open the floor to receive cluster representative nominations. I nominate Ms. Atkinson to be our school cluster representative. Are there any other nominations? Would any nominees like to decline? If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have 1 person to be considered for cluster representative. The nomination for our cluster representative is Ms. Akithia Atkinson. At this time, I will offer the cluster representative nominee any opportunity to explain why they are the best candidate for the position. Other Go Team members may ask questions. Ms. Akithia, I know you're kind of unable to talk, so if you would like to put anything in the chat, I don't mind reading it out for you, if you choose to share. Okay. And as I said, Ms. Akithia does serve as our school special education lead teacher. Please raise your hand to vote for your choice for our cluster representative for our Go Team. If you vote for Ms. Akithia, please raise your hand. Any abstentions? Congratulations, Ms. Atkinson. You will serve as our Go Team cluster representative. Congratulations to all our newly appointed members. We will now move to our next order of business in reviewing and updating or confirming our Go Team's public comment protocol. And I'm going to bring that up on the screen. Public comment opportunities are available for Go Teams to hear from interested members of the community from section 3.4 of the Go Team handbook. Opportunities for public comment shall be provided at least 4 Go Team meetings during this fiscal year and noted in the meeting agenda and public notice announcements. Go Team members will not provide responses or engage in direct conversation during Go Team meetings. Each Go Team meeting may determine a consistent method for receiving the public comments from parents or other citizens. At least 20 minutes of time to public comment will happen at the meetings, and the public will receive at least 2 business days notice of the protocol for signing up to speak. And all that is on this PowerPoint slide. But in short, there will be 20 minutes. No one will be allowed to speak more than 2 minutes. These are the protocols. This current meeting that we are in is not, does not allow for public comment, but the future ones will. And I have a typo in there. I apologize for that. Are there any recommendations for updates or changes besides the typo of the school that I have on there? I've been doing a lot of things, guys. Okay. And I will update this in the meeting information that I send to you, Miss Lundy, that you will post. So it will be current. May I have a motion to adopt the public comment protocol?
Motion to adopt the public comment protocol.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? Miss Lundy, can you please read out the votes?
Yes, approving members, Ms. Atkinson, Mr. Cousins, Ms. LaScott, Ms. Manning, Ms. Lundy, Ms. St. Joy.
Okay, the motion carries. Adhering to the agenda, we will continue with, we will now discuss our meeting calendar for this school year. As a reminder, our Go team is required to have at least 6 meetings this school year. 4 of the meetings must permit public comment. Meetings cannot be held during the instructional day, and the meet location must be a place that which can accommodate the public. So we could do it via Zoom or with our COVID protocols relaxed, we are able to also do them in the school meeting building. May I have suggestions or recommendations for meeting dates and time?
Thursdays work well, maybe 30 minutes later than 4:30 or a little later than 4, so 4:30.
Okay. Do we want to continue with the first Thursday of the month? And I also want to note that in January and February is the time of school year in which principals get their budget allocations. So sometimes we do meet a little extra, but we try to keep it on a whatever day we decide at least that same time if we have to have extra meetings. Are there any other suggestions besides first Thursdays at 4:30? Okay. Well, I'm gonna look on my actual calendar to see when all those dates are. So the next meeting would be October the 6th. Miss Lundy? Okay. And 5 p.m. may be better. So October the 6th, November the 3rd, December the 1st, in January, the first Thursday would be the 5th. I know that's the first week teachers come back. I don't know if you wanted to adjust it till the 12th, which would be the following week. You have a question, Ms. Jacoby?
No, just a comment. If you're going to adjust your January meeting, you're probably going to want to adjust it until after the 19th. Because first off, hi, everybody. For those that came in late, my name's Diane Jacoby. I'm the school governance liaison. I'm part of the Go Team office to help support all the Go Teams across the district. But We have been told by finance that the principal budget training will be on the 19th. So
Okay.
that's when you would receive your allocation. And just so that the Go team members knows, finance owns that process, and sometimes it wiggles a little bit. But if you plan for after the 19th, you should be okay. Fingers crossed.
Okay. So if we keep in line with Thursday, the Thursday after the 19th would be January 26th. So January 26th. I guess keeping in 4 weeks, the next would be February 16th. Then March 16th. April 20th. Then May 11th, I think. And I think that's more than 6, but at least we'll have them all charted. So basically it's 1 meeting a month, and we know that we're committed to the 6th. Ms. Lescott said that 5 p.m. works better than 4:30, and I saw everybody kind of shaking their heads. I know it's hard for us at the school to transition to where kind of we're going. So does that tentative calendar work? And I've lost my place on my script, so please bear with me. Okay. So can you read out those dates again, Miss Lundy?
Yes, I have October 6th, November 3rd, December 1st, January 26th, February 16th, March 16th, April 20th, May 11th, 5 p.m.
Yep. So now we must determine at which meetings we will allocate time for public comment. As a reminder, we must allow public comment for at least 4 of those meeting times during the school year. Now that we have determined our calendar, may I have a motion to approve the calendar?
Are you doing public comment at every meeting?
I was actually going off the script, and that's how it read.
Oh, okay.
It
Then
just
we
kind
need to
of went
fix.
into
We
it.
need to fix the script.
Gotcha. So, my suggestion would be, I guess, every other meeting, since we definitely have more than 6. Let me look. So we could allow at the October meeting, the December meeting, the February meeting, and the April. And I just went every other month, unless there's a different suggestion. Ms. Lescott, the chair, put in the chat that she agrees with that. And Mr. Cousins also says that that sounds good. Okay. So now we have it. Now that I'm back on script, now that we've determined our calendar, may I have a motion to approve the calendar?
A motion to approve the calendar.
Can I have a second? Is there a second to the motion to approve the calendar? Oh, Miss Lescott seconded it in the chat. All in favor, please say, she seconded the motion to approve the calendar, excuse me. All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Miss Lundy, can you read the vote?
Yes, members approving Ms. Lescott, Mr. Cousins, Ms. Manning, Ms. Lundy, Ms. St. Joy, Ms. Atkinson.
Okay. So please enter the dates into your personal calendars so we don't forget. And what I will do is I will put it on everybody's calendar. And Mr. Cousins has noted that it does depend on his station shift, should he be available for meetings. He is a strong working firefighter, as is my little brother. So I know how those shifts work, but I will stamp it to everybody's calendar so we're aware of those dates, and we'll post on our public website all the meeting dates, and then we'll note where the community comments are available. Now we will determine the Go Team norms. These are norms that have been shared with me from the Go Team office. So these are the initial norms. The meeting of the Go Team, only members of the team may participate in the discussion. Any member of the public present are here to observe quietly. We will be fully present. We will follow the agenda as noticed to the public and stay on task. We will be respectful of each other at all times. We will be open-minded. We will invite and welcome contributions for every member to listen to each other. We will respect all ideas and assume good intentions. We will approach differences of opinion with courtesy. Does anyone have any changes to the norms? Okay, I see no commentary in the chat. May I have a motion to adopt the norms of our Go Team?
I motion to adopt the norms of the Go Team.
A second.
I second to adopt the norms of the Go Team.
All in favor say aye or raise your hand. All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Ms. Lundy, can you note the vote, please?
Yes, approving members are Ms. Lescott, Ms. Manning, Ms. Lundy, Ms. St. Joy, and Ms. Atkinson.
Okay. We will now move on to our discussion items for our agenda. And these information items are in our principals report. So I will share my principals report with you all. I'm going to minimize the chat, but I'm going to talk about the start of our school, our current enrollment and leveling, our strategic plan that we started on last year, our SMART goals, and our GMAS results. So Hutchinson in August, we've had a very engaging and long August. I think the students and the teachers would agree. These are some images that have been captured. Our teachers have been heavily involved in professional development over the course of this month, and our students have been highly engaged. We've started with our PBIS full implementation. which has been super exciting. We have norms that are very consistent throughout our building and expectations, and students are displaying their tiger pride. And they understand the expectations throughout the building. Our teachers have been heavily focused in working toward our school priorities and our continuous improvement plan that we're focusing on to better have more significant gains with our students. We're really excited about the amount of growth they made coming out of the pandemic, or really transitioning from virtual learning to being in school. This is their second year being in school. And our students are definitely more focused, and our teachers definitely understand the assignment before them. So everyone is still smiling at the end of the month and working very hard. And these are just some images of the things that have taken place. And some of our partners are coming back to engage. Northwest Mutual will continue working with us. Delta Airlines has one of the pictures there. They donated several school supplies, uniforms, and other items to our school. We've also met with our partners at Delta, and we will be having Delta Book Buddies come in the month of October. We are setting up everything. We're getting tons of members from Delta, making sure background checks and all those things take place. Because as we can transition, we are safely allowing visitors into our school. So we're very excited about that. And that has been the past month at Hutchinson. Our projected enrollment was 259. Ms. Lescott and those who have been on previous Go teams remember the back and forth we had about our projected enrollment, because it did cause a budget deficit. Well, I'm happy to report that we actually met our projected enrollment, and we are slightly over it. So that resulted in more funds. When we had the budget, Go team budget discussion last year, I worked with a conservative budget in which I reserved $54,000. The reason why I reserved the $54,000 was in case we did not hit that projection, they would take the money rather than take a human asset for us. But because we met our goal, we got our 54,000. Because we have extra students, we also got an extra 27,000, which was 4,578 per student. And we had some carryover funds from non-personnel for $28,314. So although we started the year with a $683,000 deficit, because we got the students in the building, we actually got 110,000, which we are moving to our materials and supplies so we can get some of those great resources that we've had in the past. We now have a little bit more flexibility to get those. So we're really excited about those extra funds to just support our teaching and learning at our school. And Ms. Lescott said, wow, congrats, because those were very long and difficult conversations. But I applaud our Go team, because what we did know is that we believed our students would come, and that we first and foremost wanted to make sure that we had the human assets in place to move our kids forward. So that is the result of leveling. And some schools lost personnel. So that was very important to us. Strategic plan. Last year, our Go team identified priorities. The educators and community members and parents identified the priorities and key aspects. So we're just going to update this plan, but our plan focused around fostering academic excellence for all, how we were going to improve our mastery core content, cultivate STEM in our next phase, because we're a STEM school, prepare all students for essential life skills, how we are going to build and continue student support with the whole child, building our systems, identifying root causes, and supporting our STEM implementation. We also wanted to equip and empower staff, leaders, continually building teacher capacity. And we wanted to inform and engage the community and develop a positive school culture. And then we listed as a team several strategies to do that. I'm super happy that I can say a lot of these things are in place. Also, when the leadership team, we recently had to submit a continuous improvement plan to our district. We made sure it was in line with some of the things that we have here. We have begun, you talk to any teacher, they have been working diligently and hard with professional developments and building capacity. Our PBIS supports that positive school culture. We are bringing back our partners. We are definitely working to improve our mastery. We know where we are. We know where we need to go. We're identifying gaps. And we're also intentionally working with our STEM. We're planning and anticipating 2 STEM nights during the school year to bring the community in. So we have, even though the Go team has not met over the summer, we have made sure that we've done the things in this plan that we have outlined and continue to do. The next thing, we have our Georgia milestones results. This is a breakdown of how our school did in total for English language arts, mathematics, and science. The dark green that you see here determines that students were distinguished. They definitely exceeded the standard. The green means that they met the standard. Yellow is they are approaching the standard and they're developing. And the red means that they did not meet the standard. So we have identified where our gaps are as a school based on this data. I'm showing you the overall data. But what the educators in the school have done is they've broke this down by each of the domains. And so each of the domains identifies where there's opportunity for growth, where there's opportunities for teachers to adjust their small group instruction to meet the expectations of our learners. And our goal this year from our continuous improvement plan is to decrease our does not meet by 5%, and we want to increase, so decrease that red by a minimum of 5% is our goal, and we want to increase the green by 3 to 5% as well. Our students with disabilities, we were very happy. On this chart, you will see that although 10% of our students, regular ed students, did meet or exceed the standard, we also had 6% of our students with disabilities meet or exceed standards in ELA, and 12% meet or exceed standards in mathematics, which is something to definitely celebrate for our students, which means it attests to the work that we're doing with our subgroups and our subpopulations, that they are moving as well. So we're not just we're moving all kids, no matter where you are in the spectrum of life, whether special ed, regular ed, whether you're in the student support team, gifted, with our ELL learners and anything in between. The work we're doing at Hutchinson is to move all students. Also targeting our students with our ELL students, we had 4% meet proficiency and above in ELA, and 12% meet proficiency above in mathematics. So that's something that we celebrate as well with our Georgia milestone results. For our attendance, CCRPI is the College Career Readiness Performance Index that the state measures. And our goal is to have as many students in school over 90% of the time. And we see that we have work to do, because last year only 58% of our students were there 90% of the time. That is a direct correlation, though, to those test scores, because you can't get to where you learn, get to where you need to go if you're not in school every day. School is designed for 180 days. So we have to make sure that this increases. So this was last year. I'm very proud to say that as of today, we're at 93% of our students attending daily. So our social worker and our care team is doing a ton of work to ensure that our students are getting to school daily. Whether our care team that we have school-based which is a team of our parent liaison, our social worker, our counselor, myself, my assistant principal, secretary, everybody that supports the educators in the school. We meet and we're looking at students and we're looking at attendance and we're bringing in parents and we're communicating and we're doing everything we can do to get people in our building consistently so that the teachers can do that lift, and as well as the kids can do that lift and be set up for success. And that starts with them coming each and every day. Next month, or this month, it's September 1st, yay, is Attendance Awareness Month. So we are going to be celebrating attendance. Our glows and grows from our data. Things that we glow and excited about as the students are definitely rocking and rolling in their math instruction. Sorry, I'm moving my camera. They're definitely rocking and rolling in their math instruction. Our ELL and our students with disabilities are also demonstrating proficiency in subject areas. And then we had several students in our science also performing proficient and distinguished, and that's something that we celebrate. Opportunities for growth. As I said, we saw that there were several kids that did not meet expectations. As a school, we've identified where those gaps are, and it's definitely around phonemic awareness. And I apologize for the typo there because it was supposed to be as well as the writing process. Although our kids are excellent writers, they froze up when it was time to test and it was time to write for an extended time. So an adjustment as a staff, we found the opportunity to grow, and we are having intentional doing things right now to build a culture of writing within our school so that when it's time for them to be assessed, they don't kind of shut down. Because there were very strong foundations built. We just found that they kind of shut down. So we took it as an opportunity for us to grow and reflect as a school of how we're going to create an environment where we have amazing writers. And again, the other opportunity for growth is that only 58% of our students were coming, and we want 90%. We want all students there 90% of the time. We know we can't help illness and accidents that may occur, but really having our kids there 90% of the time will help tremendously. So this concludes my principal's report. Are there any questions for me? Okay. Does anyone have any announcements from the team? Okay. The Go Team office would like to remind all Go Team members that they must complete their orientation training in order for our Go Team to be in compliance. And you would have received an email from the Go Team office. I will double check and connect with Ms. Lescott, our newly appointed chair, so we can make sure that everyone has done that training, and it's on a platform called Ellis. And please contact the Go Team office if you have any questions. We have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any additional business at this time? May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second? Okay. All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. The meeting is adjourned. And I will now stop our recording. And I will pause YouTube.
Yep, stop the YouTube. Great meeting.
Thank you. All right, I stopped. Well, no, it's saying let's stop.
Says you're still